2022 Solewant Group Open Day focused on the impact of in-country manufacturing of steel pipeline product and relevance of pipeline distribution networks in Nigeria and Sub-Africa region. On November 25, 2022, Solewant Group organized Oil and Gas Summit for the industry regulators and clients at our industrial area, Alode, Eleme, One, Rivers State, Nigeria. During the event, the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board (NCDMB) described Solewant Group as a champion of the local content policy of the federal government.
First and foremost, I'd like to qualify Solewant as a local content champion. Being a local content champion is not a mean feat. It's not an easy task. We've been walking this route with Solewant for a while.
Executive Secretary of NCDMB, Engineer Simbi Kesiye Wabote, made the description on Friday, November 25, 2022 in Port Harcourt while addressing participants at the 6th Annual Business Open Day program of the Solewant Group. Represented by the Director, Monitoring and Evaluation of NCDMB, Mr. Tunde Adelana, the Executive Secretary said it is one thing to encounter challenges and yet another thing to tackle them headlong. According to him, Solewant has proved that it can do it and has done it in the area of steel pipe production and pipe coating solutions as shown in their plant.
Solewant believe they can do it. They took up the challenge. Today they are doing it, isn't it? So once you break that barrier, every other thing will fall into places.
The Executive Secretary of NCDMB emphasized that Solewant is a Nigerian company that is ready to showcase capacity and competence in its area of specialization, and they are always innovating. According to him, anytime you come here, there is always something new to see. They have a full-fledged pipe mill that will soon be automated.
We started the journey from when this facility was just barren. There was nothing here. Today you have a full-fledged pipe coating facility here. You have a full-fledged pipe mill, pipe manufacturing plant, hopefully, which will hopefully be automated, to distant fissure. And you have SSPC as well, which is another branch of Solewant. We just walked through the laboratory, like he said, we saw so many things on so many occasions. Every time we come in here, there are additions.
Also, the group CEO of Solewant Group, Mr. Solomon Ewanehi, said Solewant Group is fully committed to complying with the provisions of oil and gas industry policy as championed by the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board (NCDMB). He said Solewant, by so doing, is helping the country to unlock its energy resources by increasing its production capacity and individuals in its value chain, thereby ensuring that in-country vendors or stakeholders in its fold benefit from their operations. He said that the group's business is built on expert knowledge, outstanding customer service, and highest quality work for all the clients that they serve. Mr. Ewanehi said the competitive advantages and differentiators that they achieved through their commitments to customer satisfaction and safety includes visibility and transparency throughout operations, continuous improvements being driven throughout the organization, enhanced risk management, heightened employee satisfaction, and a stronger monitoring of processes in line with industry demands, all of which have combined to attract some of the region's and industry's biggest names over the years. In his speech, we assist project owners and clients to save time of project execution and within budget. There is no project too large or small and no place too remote for us to access or handle when it comes to project delivery. He pointed out that the Standards Organization of Nigeria (SON) has also approved their protected plant product as a regulatory body in the country. The group CEO said Solewant Group Industrial Area has 1. Pipe coating plant, 2. Concrete weight coating plant, 3. Steel pipe manufacturing plant, 4. paint manufacturing facility, 5. State-of-the-art laboratory, 6. Pipe storage facility. He stressed that transformation and innovation remain the hallmark of the company. Our key objectives are innovation, providing jobs for the youth, increased revenue, technology transfer and utilization of raw materials in country to drive our collective industrial revolution.
You can see that we are manufacturing paints in country. You can also see that we can now coat pipe in country. We talk about modified polyurethane. We are producing that in country because we have equipment to produce that. We are also having training that we used to go outside the country to have now, and a lot of things that perhaps we are importing. We are trying to reduce them so that we can also add a lot of value. You can see a number of persons that you see here that are our staff. If we're in full capacity, we will have something close to between 800 to 1,000 personnel working here. And that's a whole lot, adding value and employment creation to the Nigerian economy.
This year's Open Day event focuses on impact on in-country manufacturing of steel pipeline products and relevance of pipeline distribution networks in Nigeria and Sub-Africa region. Also speaking, the Group Executive Director of Solewant Group, who is also the MD-COO of SSPC and PAINTS, Mr. Matthew Agaren, said having received the approval from SON on the manufacturing of protective coatings and paints, Solewant Specialty Protective Coatings and Paints Limited has now commenced commercial production of paints for their customers in the country.
We have currently been approved, certified by the regulatory agency after passing through a very rigorous process, that is Standard Organization of Nigeria. So we have their nod to go ahead and do a mass production of these coatings and paints.
He highlighted the paints product as emulsion, matte, silk and epoxy protective coatings.
Among the products we'll see on display today, which we have commenced production, are silk paints, matte paints, emulsions, vinyl silk paint. These products are basically for walls protection, concrete, living houses, hotels, schools, offices, etc.
In his goodwill message, a representative of the Managing Director of Shell Nigeria Exploration and Production Company, SNEPCO, Mr. Obi Onochie, said the business environment can only get better when ideas are shared. He disclosed that over $800 million contract were awarded by Shell to Nigerian companies in 2021. He stressed that Solewant has shown capacity, invested in facility in Nigeria in line with the NCDMB policy. Onochie, who said challenges in the oil and gas sector are numerous, but noted that with collaboration they can be surmounted.
It is therefore essential for Nigerian industry players to develop competencies to take full advantage of these opportunities. Now, today we've heard so much about the story of Solewant, from where they started, where they are, and where they are going to. And it's a beautiful story. And in looking at the support that have been provided for them to get to where they are, we cannot but recall that in support of the basic objective of the Non-GD Act to increase Nigerian participation in the oil and gas industry, and recognizing the efforts of some of our Nigerian companies at acquiring capacity.
Adding his voice, the Governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, represented by Mr. Kasere Solomon, said the economic impact of in-country manufacturing cannot be overemphasized. This, he said, is the reason why CBN places a premium on local currency production. He said he was happy to witness the unveiling of locally manufactured product and solutions by Solewant Group, which he said is in line with the vision of the CBN. He pledged to partner with Solewant Group in that direction.
So, a institution that places premium on import substitution, the Central Bank of Nigeria remains open to any form of collaboration that will enhance local production. And so, the message we are coming here is that you are very free to come to the Central Bank of Nigeria. There are a lot of initiatives that encourage local production. While the MD of SSPC was talking, he mentioned limitation in the area of access to forex.
Also speaking was the Executive General Manager of Total Energies, Mr. Alex Ahedo, represented by the DGM NCD Total Energies, Mr. Cyprian Ojum, who also is a chairman of the committee set up by NCDMB on in-country manufacturing of boats, nuts and pipe fittings, spoke on capacities of local manufacturing companies that are doing well.
Contractor who is operating in the Nigerian oil and gas space should ensure that they take Nigerian content as a management philosophy. And the idea of that is to ensure that value is created, value is retained in country.
During the Solewant Open Day and Oil and Gas Summit, Dr. Justin Akankali, who presented the Solewant/SCOPEX Academy, noted that Solewant Group distinguishes itself as a leading partner to asset owners in Nigeria and Africa in the world of steel pipe, metals and preservation for over 22 years. The collaboration of Solewant/SCOPEX Academy will strengthen the competence of asset owners in Africa and across the globe. The highlight of the event was unveiling of Solewant SSPC and PAINTS product, Solewant/SCOPEX Academy and Solewant Made in Nigeria Steel Pipe, a tour of the company's facilities, Solewant Multi-Layer Pipe Coating Plant, Steel Pipe Production Plant, Concrete Weight Coating Plant, Paint Manufacturing Facility and Solewant State-of-the-Art Laboratory by dignitaries and participants of the Solewant Business Open Day and Oil and Gas Summit program at Alode, Eleme in Rivers State.